Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Ask Vince, answering all of your process improvement, continuous improvement, Lean Six Sigma questions. This is, I guess, the third episode, and you'll notice that I'm wearing the same clothes and I have the same background as I did in the last one, and that's because I got a bunch of questions, and I am taking some time during a trip. I'm actually currently in Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada. Answering some questions. So this question comes from, last time was anonymous, this time we get a question from Mike. Mike's asking, as I was working through a project, someone stopped me and said they were doing the same thing. What should I do? Okay, Mike, you really have three options. One, you stop. Two, they stop. Three, you work together. There's no sense in duplicating effort. There's no sense in the two of you working and competing and doing things sort of in parallel but totally separate. That makes absolutely no sense. So, Mike, I would advise you to have the conversation with this person, with this team, or with this business area, or whoever it is, and figure out, is there an opportunity for you guys to collaborate? Can you both bring value? Can you both bring different perspectives, different ideas, different points of view into solving the business problem? And if not, then one of you is going to have to step aside. Now, I'm not going to tell you who that should be because I don't have enough information to tell you who should step aside, Mike. But it makes no sense to have two people working on the same thing. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean that this project is dead for you or the other person. It's the person who steps back. Because you may try one approach and it may or may not work, and so it's a good idea to keep this person engaged, or to keep the group engaged, so that you can try different things. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So the same thing applies here. If you're going to try one person leading the initiative and things don't work out, great, give the other person a turn. But I would suggest, and I'm always a big advocate for collaboration and coordination, and so I think if there's an opportunity for you and this other party, or you and this other area, to work together to drive an optimal solution that maybe nobody's even thought of, because you come in with your biases, they come in with their biases, but if you put them together and you start to brainstorm and you start to collaborate, you may come up with something that's actually really, really great that no one had thought of. So my default is collaboration, but that's not always the case. Let's acknowledge that in business there's a lot of politics, and so that's a reality. And so it's gonna come down to that. It may come down to that, to decide who actually gets to take the lead on this one. But I would always try to collaborate, Mike, if you can, because that way you're gonna add value and learn some things and learn to work with a team, which is always a great thing. Hope that answers your question, Mike. Folks, what would you do if someone encroached on your project, or was working on something competing or contradictory? How would you handle it? Send me your email, send me your tweets, messaging at Vince_Mirabelli. Use the hashtag AskVince. Thanks, everyone. See ya.